Hey, right, so you guys asked for an update on how it was going with the truffles. As you might know, I found 250 grams of black truffles in the woods yesterday, and I was very excited. And I thought, oh, I've made my fortune, but I don't know where to sell them or who to give them to. So I went around the village, asked in a few places, and I sold a few. I sold a few to a couple of local cafes and stuff, but I've got a lot left over. So what I'm going to do is, they have a short shelf life, up to about sort of 10 days or so. So I'm going to show you a way, if you're ever lucky enough to get any truffles, how to preserve them in butter, keep them in your freezer for when you need them in the future. So let's just start with this one. If you look, it's quite warty and knobbly. It looks a bit like a blackberry. This one's a bit covered in earth. So I'm just going to go and clean this, and I will be back in a second. I'm back, and we've cleaned it up, and it looks like this. It looks like a blackberry, doesn't it? It's all warty and knobbly, and it's got a most wonderful earthy mushroom smell. So I'm just going to cut into it and show you the inside. The inside should be a dark brownish, sort of mid to dark brown colour, and marbled, and that means it's fresh and it's full of flavour. If it's white, it's still a little bit unfresh, unripe. So let's cut into it and see what happens. Okay, so you can see that that's a lovely brown colour. So exciting. Right, so what I'm going to do, I'll show you how to preserve them so you can use them in the future, save them going off and being wasted. And what we're going to do is make some truffle butter. I've got a teeny tiny little grater, and I'm going to use the very small hole side of this, and I'm going to finely grate all this truffle up. I can already smell it. It's so lovely. It's like the strongest, most earthy mushroom smell. Delicious. Right. So what we are left with, a little bit more there, is you get these lovely little shavings, and they smell so much stronger. I know I look like I'm being, they're just strong, that's all. Oh my God, this is so delicious. What we're going to do now is we're going to get some regular butter, and we're going to pop it into a little ramekin like this. I'm going to add the shavings, and that was a sort of medium-sized truffle, so there's quite a lot of shavings off of that. And we're going to stir it all together, and then we're going to pop it in ice cube trays, freeze them, and then we can add them to our dishes later on. Come back in a minute, I'll let you see what happens when they're in the tray. Here we are, we're filling the tray, and once we've done this, we're going to pop it in the freezer, and then at a later date you can just add it to your risottos and your meals and everything. You get that lovely mushroomy, strong, truffly taste. Just fantastic. Zhuzh up any meal. So, right, we're ready to go. Let's pop them in the freezer.